food adventurers, and welcome to One Bite Foodie Podcast, the show that shares the back-of-house stories of foodies, kitchens, and experiences globally. Here, we're not just tasting, we're unwrapping the stories behind each bite, each texture, and every unexpected twist that lands on our plates. This is where food is more than flavor. It's an experience, a moment, and sometimes an adventure you won't forget. Each episode, we bring you stories from the bold and brilliant foodies on One Bite Foodie. People who take you on a ride through the tastes and textures that define our food obsessions. From secret neighborhood joints to plates you've only dreamed about, we're digging deep into the experiences that bring us all to the table. So, whether you're here for the local finds, the insider stories, or a fresh look at food itself, you're in the right place. Ready to take a bite? Let's jump into today's episode of the One Bite Foodie Podcast.
Welcome back, food lovers, to the second episode of the One Bite Foodie Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Schilling, and today we're coming to you live from the vibrant and flavorful heart of Tulum, broadcasting from OG's, the renowned culinary hotspot hosting the third and final event of the 2024 Festival Gastronómico Del Mole Tulum. This was truly a once-in-a-lifetime gathering, a who's who of Mexican culinary royalty, featuring some of the country's most celebrated head chefs and signature dishes that have made Mexico a gastronomic treasure. But as if the evening wasn't legendary enough, we have an incredible story to share with you. On this episode, our founder, Joseph Haecker, sits down with none other than Carlos García, the fifth-generation caretaker of Casa Tlalpuyec. This iconic brand has roots that stretch deep into history, carrying on a tradition of crafting exquisite coconut wine, a legacy of flavor that's been shaped and reshaped for over 4 centuries. Casa Tlalpuyec's story begins way back in 1542, when 4 galleons set sail from the port of Navidad under the command of Captain Ruy López de Villalobos, making their way across the vast Pacific to the islands of Mindanao, which they named the Philippines in honor of King Philip II of Spain. From this point, a cultural exchange began that brought people, animals, and entirely new ways of life back to New Galicia in Mexico. Among these transformative exchanges were the beloved coconut palms, planted throughout Jalisco and Colima by the late 1560s, thanks to the Filipinos who had made these lands their home. By the 1580s, a new and captivating drink had emerged: coconut wine, made by fermenting the sap of the coconut palm flower. 2 variations of this drink took root: the refreshing, lightly fermented tuba, and the fully fermented distilled coconut wine that became a symbol of innovation and cultural blending. Yet, as with many historic traditions, this beloved spirit faced its decline in the early 17th century when Viceroy Luis de Velasco imposed heavy taxes, leading to the near disappearance of coconut wine by the century's end. Fast forward to today, and Casa Tlalpuyec is breathing new life into this heritage drink. Carlos García shares how his family, with a recipe developed by his mother, has reinvented coconut wine so the flavors of coconut, honey, and craftsmanship take center stage, allowing the alcohol to gently fade into the background. So, get ready to dive into a tale of flavor, history, and cultural perseverance. Grab a seat, pour yourself something adventurous, and join us as we explore the rich story of Casa Tlalpuyec.
Hey guys, this is Joseph Haecker with One Bite Foodie, and I'm here with Carlos at OG's in Tulum, and they are having, I kind of dropped in on this festival, but this was a 3-part series. I think it started in Mexico City, and then it traveled on to, where was the second stop, Carlos?
I think it was Cancun.
Cancun? Yeah. And now we're in Tulum, and we're at OG's, and I got to try an awesome cocktail that was stirred, not shaken. And we get to talk with Carlos. Carlos, can you share a little bit about your company, you and your company?
Thanks. Well, my name is Carlos García. My company is Casa Tlalpuyec, which is the producer house of Pólvora Raicilla. And Raicilla is the oldest agave spirit from Mexico. It has almost 500 years of history.
Now, and I heard earlier, I stopped by the table, and I talked with one of your reps, and your reps was saying that the what's unique about this is that some of the agave plant can be transplanted, but this has to be grown from a seed. Can you tell us kind of the story about the type of plant and how it's cultivated?
Yeah, or agave types, it's agave maximiliana, which is a wild agave. We grow it from seeds. It's a natural reproduction of agave. So we started with the seeds, then we take it to the farm. We grow the seeds 1 year. So now that we have the plant, and the plant is in the field for 10 years until harvest. So when we harvest the agave, it's a very unique expression of the agave because it's very mature.
That is a long route to product. Where can people find your products?
Well, in Mexico, we sell in a lot of places. In the United States, we are just about to send to some places in California and Florida. So we are just starting to export our spirits to the United States.
Very nice. What do you guys have planned for the United States? And for who are you targeting? Are they restaurants? Are they distributors? What type of plans for going into the U.S. market do you have?
We are going to be in some boutique liquor stores because we are a boutique producer. We only made like 8,000 bottles a year. So we are going to be in a few places, but it will be a very selected ones.
How are the different distributors and the businesses here responding to the product?
In Mexico, we are well known because Raicilla is the oldest agave, but it's the new one in the market. So people are looking for new things, and Raicilla is one of those. So people are really taking good Raicilla now.
I love it. Everybody wants something new, and especially Americans. Americans are looking for that edge over everybody else. Carlos, how can people find out more about you and your company?
We are, our social media, it's Pólvora Raicilla, and our website is Casa Tlalpuyec. I know it's a hard name to know, but you can reach us in social media like Pólvora Raicilla, and you will find all our story and all our image there.
Well, perfect, Carlos. I don't think people will miss your bottles. Your bottles are beautiful. They are sparkling blue. You guys can see them in the photos on the links below. Carlos, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us and share about you and your company.
Thank you so much for having this time with me.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the One Bite Foodie Podcast. We hope you're leaving with a few new ideas and maybe a craving or two. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a comment, give us a follow on One Bite Foodie, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts for all the latest bites and stories. All right, here's a question for you. What's the most surprising dish you've ever tried, and where did you have it? Let us know in the comments. And if you've ever thought about sharing your foodie finds with the world, why not start your own review business? One Bite Foodie is here to help you make it happen. Now, here's your mission for today. Go eat somewhere new. Invite a friend you haven't caught up with in a while and ask the person at the next table what they're ordering. Try the house favorite, order a drink you've never tasted before, and definitely don't skip dessert. Stick around longer than you normally would. Soak up the conversation. Food isn't just about filling up. It's about connecting, sharing, and making memories. So go, share the experience, and keep the love of food alive. Until next time, stay curious and keep those taste buds ready.